Right, hopefully we are live. Let's just check.
Are you supposed to tap?
No, not with that one.
Because it's scuffing.
Let's have a look. Let's just make sure I am in the right place.
That's the little one.
Oh, okay.
Ah, yes, I am. I am live in the right place. Hooray! Hurrah. Okay. So, oh, and there are actual people coming and joining us. Wonderful, wonderful. If you are just joining me, please say hi in the comments so that I know that you're here and who's here. That would be amazing and lovely. Thank you. Yeah, just type in the comments so I know who's here. We'll give it a few minutes while people join us. I know there's a few people that are poorly and a few people that are in different things tonight. I'm going to do it on catch up instead, which is fine. But Liz, hi Liz, hiya. So glad you could join me. Sally, you found us straight away tonight. Yahoo! Exciting. How is everybody doing? How is everyone coping with the freezing cold weather at the moment? And has anybody been inspired by my crafting clear out and cleared out their cupboards as well? Oh, numbers are going up. If you're just joining us, please say hi in the chat so we know that you're here. Yay, Sally says. I've got 2 glamorous assistants today as well helping me, which, let me just see if I'll just flick the camera around so that they can say hi.
Glamorous.
Hang on. Oh, Marion's here too. Marion, you're here. You weren't going to be here. There they are. Wave and say hi.
Hello.
Your flash is on.
Let's put them back. Let's go this way. There we go. Sally says sort of. You've sort of had a clear out. I don't believe it. I've never known anybody be such a craft hoarder as you, Sally. I can't imagine you've had a clear out. Or did you just move it to one side so that the grandchildren can use it? Won't be surprised. We shall see. Fantastic. Who else is here? Dee's here. Hi Dee, just back from Switzerland. Wow, yeah, you must have been much colder there. My goodness. I've only been skiing once in my life, and I went skiing in Switzerland and I got frostbite. It was that cold. It was minus 32. It was dreadful. Sally says, hi, Pauline. Marion, oh, next month you're not going to be with us. That's right. Okay. Looks tidy. Yes, look how tidy it is. This little pile here is all workshop packs for the 4th, Saturday the 4th. This little pile here is all coffee club. This is all new products here, this bit here. So yeah, it is incredibly tidy for me, actually, very, very tidy. So yeah, I'm doing quite well at the moment. Fantastic. Okay, well, being as there's quite a few of us here, I think we'll get started because I've got 2 of my crafters in the room, obviously, as well. So that's at least 6 of us. That's a really good start. Okay, so this month we are going to be using a suite from the annual catalogue, get it right. So that's this one, the big one, that we haven't used yet. And I just thought, actually, in January, we're going to need something, you know, spring-like to get us excited, as we don't want any more snow cards. So it's this suite, which I will turn it around so you can read the writing in a moment. It's called Awash in Beauty. And if you're looking in your catalogues, it's page 66 and 67. You've got half a pack of the papers. They're absolutely stunning, I'm sure you'll agree. Loads of little bits that you can cut out, as well as background papers and stuff. And you should have enough in your kit to make 4 cards and a 3D project tonight as well, because you've also probably noticed that you've got an empty stamp case in your kit as well. So we are going to make, and actually it's going to be the first project that we're going to make tonight, we're going to make this, which when you open it up, opens up into this beautiful little mini album. So this is a fantastic gift. Oop, can't even see me. I just want to show you the full width of it. We won't do all the decorating and everything tonight. So you may have other flowers and other bits and pieces, embellishments and things that you want to add into it. And that's absolutely fine. But what I want to do is get the basic structure of it done. So all the little papers, the pages inside, And also, if I turn around the outside of the stamp case, this lovely paper across the back, I want to get that cut first to size so that you can then use all the rest of your papers for any of the projects that you want to, and get it inserted into the stamp case so that all of those sort of basic bits are done. Okay, so that's the plan for tonight. We're going to do this project first, which is the stamp case, which turns into a little mini album. And then we'll use the cards with everything else, make the cards, sorry, with everything else that you've got left over, okay? So if this doesn't appeal to you for whatever reason, that's fine. You don't, as always, you don't have to make the same projects out of your kit if you don't want to. But I'm going to give you measurements. I'm hoping when, I know Amber might not be joining us tonight, she's not very well, but I hope when Amber gets to do this that she'll be pleased, because I've got measurements both in inches and in centimetres for this project. So hopefully you can make it no matter what your ruler is. Okay, fabulous. All right then. And we'll have raffle prizes, obviously, as the evening goes on as well. A little bit of chit chat and stuff, so yeah, plenty to show you and tell you. Okay, so I'm going to turn the camera around and put it down to my hands and turn my lights on, and then we'll get started. So let's turn that one round, camera down, let's get some lights on. I've got a new lighting setup, and I am very much hoping that it will be better than what I had before and it will work. So yeah, it's not looking too bad at the moment. So the suite that we're using is this one, like I said, Awash in Beauty. So you've got all these lovely papers. You can add any pearls to it, that goes really well as an addition. And then it also comes with the stamp set and dies. So I want to just show you the stamp set kind of up close. It's a red rubber stamp set. So those of you who are fans of red rubber, it's one of those, which is great. Nice sentiments as well. Not too kind of American-y sentiments. We've got Just Because, Here For You Always, With Love, and You Are a True Friend. So a nice font as well. I love the Just Because font. We haven't had one like that for a little while. It's really nice. And then the dies are a bumper pack of dies. So you've got all these little outline dies that cut out the flowers on the papers as well as the stamped images. So you've got loads of these. They cut out flowers, leaves. You've got double dies for some. So these little tiny mini ones. I think these are kind of Merry Merlot, these little flowers on the actual little tiny blooms on the papers. You've got two of those, so you can cut two out at a time. And some ones that go around quite complex shapes as well, like these kind of little seed head images. But then you've also got solid dies that will cut out solid seed head and seed images as well. And then on top of all of that, you've also got this fantastic lattice, which you have cut out in your pack already. And we're going to use that for one of the cards later on, the lattice. So yeah, so the dies are abundant, shall we say. Does it tell me? I don't think it tells me how many dies, but there's an awful lot anyway in that suite. So that's the stamp set and the dies, okay? So that is what we're going to be going for. So first things first, you're going to need this patterned paper. So it's the paper that has the flowers both sides. So Evelyn, can I borrow yours a moment? If I can pick it up. You'll have to excuse me, I've got fancy nails for going away for the weekend. Nails by Carol, as always. Let me know if you want her contact details. She does amazing nails. They've got sparkly in them and everything. Blue is sparkly. Anyway, this is the piece of paper that you want. So you've got flowers at the bottom and flowers at the top, but they're like a mirror image of each other. And that's why we're going to cut into this sheet first to do the little mini album, so that you can then use the other half for other cards, okay? So you're cutting up from the bottom of the flowers. So from the base of the design, cut up into the white section. And you're going to cut at, let me find the inches measurement first. So it's at 7 inches, so just over halfway up. Ooh, Mum's just chucked her tea over me, don't worry, it's fine. It's all fine, not much. which turn the cutter the right way round. Evelyn's got our new trimmer to use, so the Stampin' Up sign's the right way up, that's it. And then cut at 7 inches, that's it. That's it. Yeah, so this measurement here, from the base of the leaves and the flowers to the top of the white, is 7 inches, and that's what you're cutting first. Now, if you're cutting that measurement in centimetres, then you're cutting it at 17.5 centimetres. So 7 inches or 17.5 centimetres. Okay?
It's only just missing these things.
It's that like bit that you use. Bit.
And you're cutting it the full length to start with, all the way across. Okay, and then with that piece that measures 7 inches, so you've got quite a bit of white at the top of that piece, you're going to cut off the edge so that it measures 10.5 inches, or if you're doing it in centimetres, it measures 26.75 centimetres. How precise is that? 26.75 centimetres or 10.5 inches. Carolyn, hi Carolyn. Sorry I won't be able to make it tonight as away and have rubbish Wi-Fi. Not a problem at all, Carolyn. You know, you can catch up anytime. Hope you're having a lovely time away. Hope you're away somewhere nice too. So we've got our piece of patterned paper, 7 inches or 17.5 centimetres tall, and 26.75 centimetres wide or 10.5 inches wide. Your choice, okay? And then when you've got that piece of patterned paper, what you need to do is open up your stamp case, but open it up so that it's like the other way up. So you've got the back, the outside facing you. And then you will see that there is a gap at the top of the plastic, and you just slide the paper down inside the gap. Obviously with the bottom of the flowers at the bottom. Yeah, and obviously if you wanted to stamp something or add anything to the white section of paper before you put it in there, you could do that. You can slide it in and out at any time after this. And then you don't even need to crease it or anything, it just folds over. Once you've got it sort of square in the stamp case, it just folds over neatly. Okay, so that's nice and easy, isn't it? So if everybody is with me and everyone's got their piece of paper measured and cut and in there, then give me some thumbs up please, so I know. I won't go on to the inside sections until everybody's okay with that. Who's crafting along tonight? I'm assuming Sally, you're crafting along. I expect Dee, you're crafting along. Marion, are you crafting with us? Yeah. We've got some thumbs up, wonderful.
We're getting practice for tomorrow. Oh yeah, that's pretty, isn't it?
They're commenting about the inside of the lovely pretty pattern paper, except for we're about to cover it up.
Oh.
Oh, Liz is as well, fab, yeah. Sally's crafting along and Liz is too. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so if you've got your patterned paper in the right place, yes, and Dee is as well, fabulous. Then what you will need next is you will need, Marion's crafting along, but she's just going to make the cards tonight, making this bit later. Cool, okay. In that case then, Marion, just don't cut into this piece of pattern paper, or cut it and put it to one side so that you don't use too much of it, of the rest of it on your cards, because we don't want to not have enough to do this later. Okay, so next thing is to get out some different coloured cards. So this is plain card to go inside. So you are going to need 2 sheets of polished pink, which is like the bright cerise kind of pink colour. The same matches the piece of ribbon. So 2 pieces of A4 that size. And you want 1 piece of the Calypso Coral, which is like the orangey kind of piece. And you want 1 piece of Merry Merlot, which is like a kind of this dark red colour, this very dark burgundy red kind of colour. And those are the bits that you're going to need for inside the album. So the yellow and the dark green, put them to one side out of the way because you don't need those bits, okay? Okay. So let's start with the polished pink, which you've got 2 sheets of. And you're going to cut both. You're going to leave them full length A4. Oh, Evelyn's got a cold. You might be able to tell she's sneezing like Mary here. What, are you done yet? No, she's having a sneeze-a-thon. Sorry about that. If you can hear her sneezing away there. Okay, so you're going to leave it. No, she's still sneezing. Goodness me. Good job she's not coming to Devon with us, is all I can say. Anyway, so you need to leave your A4 sheets the full length of the A4, but you're going to cut them off on the width at 7 inches or 17.75 centimetres. Okay, so leave them full length. So you're putting the short side at the top of your cutting board, and you're cutting it off at 7 inches or 17.75 centimetres. And do exactly the same on the other piece of Calypso coral. Don't get rid of any of your scraps. Keep all of your scraps because they will be handy.
Calypso coral?
No, sorry, polished pink, sorry. Yeah, the same for both pieces of polished pink. So cut them off 7 inches. Okay. Okay. So you're cutting them off at 7 inches, full length of A4, or 17.75 centimetres. Okay. Then you're going to put those polished pink pieces back inside your scoreboard, and you're going to score this time to get these folds. Oops, the folded element of it. So you're going to score with the long side at the top. You're going to score at 4 3/4 inches. Or if you're doing it in centimetres, you're going to score at 12 centimetres.
This didn't do it.
You have to press a bit harder with the scoreboard on the new trimmer. Just a little bit, not too hard, just a little bit. There we go. And then you're going to move it along and score again at 9.5 inches or 24 centimetres if you're in centimetres. So you've got 2 score lines, and one score is at 4 3/4 inches and 9.5 inches, or if you're in centimetres, you're scoring at 12 centimetres and 24 centimetres. Okay? And then you're going to do exactly the same again with your next piece of polished pink. So scoring with the long side at the top of the scoreboard, you're scoring at 4 3/4 inches and 9.5 inches. Or if you're in centimetres, you're scoring at 12 centimetres and 24 centimetres. So that is to get you your score folds here, and you should have a little section left over, and that is what you're going to then glue onto to glue your bits of card together. Okay, so it'll be very similar with each of the pieces that we're scoring and cutting now. Okay, okay. So that's all the polished pink done. Has everybody? Give me some thumbs up if you've scored and cut all your polished pink. They're sitting here going like this on the opposite side of the table. Crackers.
Give you some thumbs up.
Just crackers. Okay, right. So yeah, oh, we've got some thumbs up. Fabulous. Wonderful. Okay. Any more thumbs up? Well, hang on a minute till everybody has scored their polished pink. The next piece of card you want is the Calypso Coral, the orangey kind of coloured piece. Okay. And you're cutting that single sheet into 2 pieces that measures 7 inches by 4 3/4 inches. So you want 2 pieces out of that single sheet that measure 7 inches by 4 3/4 inches. So if you put the short side at the top and cut at 7 inches, and if you're doing that in centimetres, that would be, where are we in centimetres? 17.75 centimetres.
And then 4 3/4.
And then you're going to put the long side at the top and make 2 pieces that are 4 3/4 inches.
This is cutting.
Cutting. I know it sounds mad, trust me, it's right. Okay, so you then should have 2 pieces that measure 7 inches and by 4 3/4 inches, or 17.75 centimetres by trying to see the equivalent, 12, is it that right? By, no?
Yes.
Yeah, by 12.
Wow, 12.
Centimetres.
12.05.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Has everybody got 2 pieces of Calypso coral cut? Give me some thumbs up if you have. Yeah, getting some thumbs up, this is good. Excellent, okay. So your last piece of card is your Merry Merlot. And you're doing exactly the same as you did for the polished pink. So you're putting the short side at the top and cut the full length 7 inches. So you leave the full length of the A4, but you're cutting the short side down so that it's 7 inches. Okay.
And then are we scoring in the same?
And then you're scoring it in the same place again. So you're scoring it, you turn it round, put the long side at the top, you're scoring it 4 3/4 inches and 9.5 inches. Or if you're scoring in centimetres, you're cutting at 17.75 centimetres, and then you're scoring at 12 centimetres and 24 centimetres. And thank goodness for that, that's all the measuring done and dusted. And then we can get to do the fun bit, which is sticking it all together. Now you've got slightly different coloured card combinations to my sample, but that is fine. It will look just as beautiful. So let's start with the piece of Granny Apple Green. Not Granny Apple Green, sorry, what am I saying? Polished pink. So start with your piece of polished pink. Evan, can I borrow your piece of polished pink, please? Thank you. So you have got, if you start with the whole page side, so we've got a score line there and a score line there. If you start with your whole page on your right hand side to begin with, and you're going to, no, wrong way round, sorry, start with it on your left hand side, don't mind me, start with it on your left hand side. No, it'll be slightly different in a minute. And you're going to fold it back on itself and crease it. So you're making a valley fold for the first one if you want. Yeah. So you've got a full page, like you're opening a book almost, and then a full page, and then this smaller section you fold the opposite way, so that you've then got a valley and a mountain when you stick it up on itself. And then what you're going to do is you're going to have your piece of Calypso coral, one of those pieces. I'll show you and then I'll give it to Evelyn to stick it all together. And that is going to stick on top of the shortest bit of your Calypso coral.
Pink.
So, oh gosh, Calypso coral, pink, polished pink. So you've got pink, pink, and then Calypso Coral as your last sheet, okay? And you've got Valley, Mountain with Calypso Coral stuck onto it, okay? So if you want to do that bit first, Evelyn. And to be honest, if you get the folds in the wrong order, it actually doesn't matter, because once you then put it inside the stamp case, it'll only fold into the stamp case one way. So if you then have to fold stuff back on itself, it's not going to be the end of the world. Okay?
Oh my goodness.
Oh, are you alright, Evelyn?
No.
Do you need some help?
My thing, my
Give it here, then.
snail's gone all weird.
Oh, our seal has gone weird. Here, there's another one in here. Look. Use this one.
Fold it over.
Use that one instead. Okay.
No, I fixed it. It's all good.
Okay. So far we've got this base piece of card. It's just a different colour. Yours is a different colour in your kit. This bit and this bit. And then we're going to add on the Merry Mirlo pages. Okay, so if I have your Merry Mirlo, and we're going to do exactly the same type of folds. So you've got to fold it back on itself first to create that valley, and then back on itself again to create a mountain. So you've got a valley and a mountain. Okay. But this time, this small piece is going to stick on the other side of your Calypso Coral. So you're going to stick it, get it the right way up so that the folds keep going the right way. So it will then stick like that. Okay, so you've got to stick it. If I turn it over, you'll be able to see. And yes, there is meant to be a gap in the back. That is designed that way. That's perfectly okay. So sticking.
So it's got a garden down.
So that it zigzags. Yeah, exactly that. So that then it concertinas. So when you fold it all together, once you've stuck it, it will fold flat into a kind of book. Yeah? So that piece stuck to that piece. Next. And then once you've done that, you can stick it inside your stamp case.
How do we do that?
Yeah.
The best way to stick it inside your stamp case is either with wet glue or with tape. And you'll need to put the wet glue or the tape onto the back of the card, not onto the stamp case.
But yeah, but which bit do we stick?
I will tell you. You're going to stick the polished pink bit to the left-hand side of the inside of the stamp case. So if you kind of put it inside and line it up and make sure that it folds up first before you stick it in. Yeah. So it's going in the left-hand side of the stamp case. So that then if you hold on to the back page, you can then pull it out and it concertinas out without getting caught on anything. And if it doesn't, just turn it over, turn it the other way up, because you've just probably got it the wrong way up. That's it, Evelyn. So it should just open out in that concertina kind of fashion and close back in on top of itself. So it's this bit that you're sticking the back of to the left-hand side of the inside of the stamp case. Okay? Yeah, and definitely tape or wet glue is the best way to go, because you want a permanent bond. So these little mini albums are great for either putting little messages in and giving to people, or I've left mine with quite a lot of open space because my intention is to put photographs in here as a little mini photo album. Who knows, might even make a little memento of Devon this year, perhaps.
Oh, sorry, go on.
No, you can.
For those of you who haven't realised, we're going to Devon tomorrow. Tomorrow is our setting off day for going on our craft, sport and spa weekend in Devon. There are 15 of us going this year. 5 brand new people who've never been before, so it's super exciting.
I thought I might make this into a... put some pictures of Auntie Chris's 60th anniversary in it and give it to her.
Oh, that's a nice idea. Mum's just saying that it's my auntie's... Sally was thinking the same about Devon, about making it into a little Devon album. Yeah, it's my auntie and uncle's 60th wedding anniversary next month, and we're having a family Sunday lunch together near where they live. So Mum's going to put photos in it of that event and then give it to them afterwards, which I think is a really nice idea. Okay, how's everybody getting on? Are your first concertinas getting stuck in inside your stamp case? Is everybody okay? Yeah? Good, good, good. So we'll just do the second piece in a moment, which is a lot easier to stick together, the right hand side, and then I'll leave you to do your own decorating later after this workshop, because what you'll be able to do is decorate it with all the leftover bits of paper that you've got, the scraps that you've got left out of the kit, so as well as extra stamping and stuff like that, whatever you want to do.
So that can't be right, can it?
What have you got?
I've got a pink line down there.
Yeah. Just moved it over a bit too far, perhaps, I don't know. No, I've got a little bit of a green line down the edge of mine as well. Just a little bit, it's just it doesn't show so much because it's green against the paper, maybe. So this first concertina goes in the left-hand side of the stamp case. Okay. Yeah, and it might, Evelyn's just opening hers back up again because it's slightly easier to stick if you just stick the one piece down rather than the whole book, if you like, concertina. It's just slightly easier.
Peel mine off. Whether it will peel off and move it over a bit. I think what I haven't done enough over here. Yeah, it will peel off.
And then if you're ready to move on to the right hand side, you do exactly the same with the last 2 pieces that you've got left. So you've got a bit of Calypso coral left and you've got a bit of polished pink. So you fold over the polished pink so it makes a concertina, and you stick the Calypso coral to the shortest strip that you've got left, and then it's the Calypso coral that you're sticking to the inside of the right hand side of the stamp case. So exactly the same because it's a smaller concertina, this piece.
I've moved it over. Works.
Oh, brilliant. So yeah, it worked. Mum just had a bit of the paper showing down the outside edge of the stamp case, but because she's used tape to stick it, you can move it. I mean, you could do that with wet glue. You'd be able to wiggle it to move it around a bit, but with tape you can just peel it off because you're sticking it to plastic, which makes it really easy. So yeah, so you're just sticking that extra little flap to the remaining piece of Calypso coral that you've got, and then sticking that inside the right hand side of your stamp case. And then once you've done that, you just need to wrap the ribbon around. It goes all the way around the inside spine, not underneath. I've just literally put it, you can see I can move it with my finger. It's just on the inside of the stamp case, and then all the way around the outside as well, and literally just tied a bow on the side. So you should have plenty of polished pink ribbon to be able to do that with. You might even have a bit left over to make a tag with or something.
So how did you stick it to this?
So no, so that piece is done.
Yeah.
stick those two pieces together and then flip it over. Right. Let me just, there we go. So the inside, just show you the inside of the back. It's like this. So you've got mountain and valley, and then that's going over the top like that. Okay, and then this piece, so your little bit is hidden behind, is going inside the back of the stamp case. So like that.
Stick it to there.
You don't.
Oh right.
You're sticking it to there.
Separate bits.
Yeah, separate pages. So you've got.
I'm with you now.
Okay. And that's your mini album made. There you go, like that. That side.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I'm just going to put the instructions down in front. So if anybody wants to take a quick screenshot of the instructions for measurements, for it, then there we go. I've given the measurements in. You've got the measurements in inches and the measurements in centimetres. So if I leave it there for a minute, if you want to take a quick screenshot of that, so you can make more of them in empty stamp cases, then feel free. And while you're doing that and just finishing off, I will just look up the empty stamp cases for you as well, because these make great little presents for anniversaries and birthdays and stuff, especially kind of landmark, milestone birthdays and anniversaries. So let me find these. I know lots of you already buy the empty stamp cases for other stamp sets that you've bought, but they are a really good idea actually. So on page 149 of the annual catalogue, you've got lots of different accessories. And we've got the, where are we? Standard stamp cases. So 4 stamp cases is £8. So they're £2 a case. If you were, that's a pretty cheap present for someone, isn't it? Especially if you were, let me move it up a bit. There's no instructions after what's on the bottom of the screen, Marianne, because I can see the screen. That's the embellishing. That's the last line. Okay. Yeah. So yeah. Especially if you were using, ends of packs of paper and stuff, that would be quite cool. You're welcome, no problem. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of the instructions. And I think while you are all finishing off, I'm going to do a raffle prize. How about that? So let's show you what the prizes are first. So the prizes today, as we're in celebration, the prizes are all celebration goodies. So we have got the In the Country stamp set.
What's this then?
The In the Country stamp set is a little kind of, I don't even know what that is. It's like stone steps and a little kind of wall and a trough and doorway and what have you. And we've got a little country lane kind of scene as well.
It won't stick to anything, will it?
What are you doing? Evelyn about to stick the wrong bit inside.
I have stuck the wrong bit.
Yeah, but
it doesn't
you
matter.
haven't stuck it in yet, so
but
it doesn't
I still
matter.
can't use it because it's got the tape on it.
It doesn't matter. Here, I'll show you. Well, always good to. Let's have it. Hold on a minute. Let's reverse a moment. This is always good to be able to show when things don't go according to plan. You can still use it. So instead of sticking the tape on this side, Evelyn's put the tape on this side, but it does not matter because you can. Where's your stamp case? Let's have it. So we've got the one side in, and the plan originally would have been to put that side into the stamp case next, but you don't have to. You can still stick that side in and you've just got a nice double two-tone piece instead, so that'll be just fine. And if you don't want that, then you can cover that up with pattern paper, or you could cover it with a layer, a matte layer or something like that, whatever you like. But I think I'd be inclined, to be honest, to just stick it in as it is, because actually I quite like that two-tone stripe, because you could put nice flowers down that stripe and then you've got a side piece to write on or add photos or whatever. So personally, it's up to you what you want to do, but I would... There's never any mistakes that can't be undone, I think, in crafting. You just create something slightly different out of it, that's all. Anyway, back to the raffle. So we've got the In the Country stamp set, and we've got the Adorable Owls stamp set. They're very cute too. These are both red rubber stamp sets, so really nice. And we've then also got this lovely patterned paper which is called Day at the Farm. So I particularly chose this patterned paper for those of you who have young grandchildren, because this is fantastic for making children's cards, children's calendars, children's height charts. I put a link on the Facebook page earlier in the week to a demonstrator who'd made a number counting book out of this patterned paper. So you could make one of these little mini albums that we've just made, and then use these papers and make a little counting book out of it. So maybe just stick the concertina all to one side, have a picture on the other side. So these papers are really fantastic for any children's projects. You've not only got the animals, I don't want to open it because it's in the packet, but you've got 2 sheets of the animals that you can individually obviously cut out, but then you've also got lots and lots of farmyard scenes as well. And all 3 of these items are free with a £45 order during January and February. So they're all raffle prizes from Celebration. So, raffle tickets at the ready, here we go. Raffle prize number 1 is going to number 438. Who has number 438?
I'm sure something just went on the floor.
That's a lid, I think, to a tape.
Oh, yeah.
Shout now if you've got 438, and tell me what prize you would like if you have as well. Who's number 438? If you're here tonight, then you get a choice. If you're not, you'll get whatever's left over. But hopefully you'll be here. I can. No takers for 438. That's a shame. Never mind. We'll stick that one. I'll stick that to the camera stand, and let's hope somebody who's here gets one later on. Okay. Right. If you've finished your stamp case, you've just got to decorate it later on, add embellishments, and you're ready to move on to cards, give me some thumbs up, please. Meantime, what I'll do is I'll put down the cards that you've got kit to make. Yep, I've got some thumbs up. These are the cards that we're going to be making from your kit. Let's push them up a bit. And you've also got photographs of the cards as well on the email that I sent on Tuesday. So you've got slightly different arrangement of colours, as is always. Yeah, some thumbs up, fabulous. All right, wonderful, good. Okay, so let's start with, you should have 1 sheet of So Saffron, which is the pale yellow, left, and 1 sheet of the green, which I think is garden green, I think. Is it garden green? I can't remember. Might not be garden green. Let me have a look and check. I can't remember, so I'm telling you the right colours in case you want to coordinate with inks and stuff. Anyway, the first thing that you're going to do is cut both of those sheets in half to make 2 standard card bases.
What size is a half?
They are, hang on, no it's not, it's Mossy Meadow, I apologise, it's not, or is it garden, no it's not garden green, it's Mossy Meadow. Yeah, so if you're, you can score straight down the middle first and then cut them in half, that's the easiest way to do it. So if you have the short side at the top, or it depends which type of card you want to make really. The yellow ones I've done this way, so they open up in landscape, and the other 2 I've done in portrait, so it's completely up to you. But if you score down the middle at 10.5 on the short side, and then you're cutting in half at just under 15 centimetres. So it's all in centimetres, I'm afraid. I have no idea what the inches equivalent is. But you just want to make 4 standard card bases, is the idea.
How do you make the yellow portrait?
So score with the long side at the top. So, and then cut them in half. Or you can do the same as what you did actually and just turn them around. So you can either have them that way.
No, but like how do I have it like that?
Or that way.
That way, how do I make it like that?
Which way do you want them?
That way.
This way?
Yeah.
So if you score across the middle at just under 15. So to make this one, you're scoring across the middle at just under 15 and cutting at 10.5 centimetres. Okay.
So it's the opposite to the other one, really, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And that's your 4 standard card bases ready to go.
Oh wait.
No, don't cut them in half. Don't worry, I've got some more. Score, not cut. It happens, do not worry. I'll tell you what you've probably got. You've got another piece of green in there. Yeah, you have. You had it inside your stamp case.
No.
Okay, don't worry, I'll get you some in a minute. Evelyn's just cut hers in half. This is what happens, isn't it? Don't worry. Don't panic, it's fine. Okay, so
Panic, Mr. Mallory.
let's start with this one. This is the remainder of that piece of paper that you cut into to create the front of your stamp case album. It's really simple. It's literally just a piece of patterned paper cut with a little border around the outside and a sentiment added. Dead simple. So my my piece is cut at, let me get my ruler so I can tell you. It is cut at 13.9 centimetres by 9.4 centimetres, or if you're an inches person, 5.5 inches by 3 3/4 inches.
What was the that bit? The bit?
Which way?
Sorry,
are we-
9.9. 9.9.
Which one are we making? Sorry,
So it's just this one. So it's literally just a piece of patterned paper with a little border around the outside, and then you would add a sentiment on it.
So what was
Really
it?
simple.
9 and...
So it's 14.4 by 9.9. Roughly.
Who's Darren talking? Oh, we might be talking to Alexandra as well.
Sounds like he's on the phone, I don't know. And then I've just, because what you do with this one is you're cutting, you want the tops of the flowers obviously in the picture. So I've cut something off the base of this to make it fit in the frame. And then I've added that base strip to the inside just to give a little bit of interest inside the card, that's all. Nothing too technical. And that's that one done. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. We'll just get Evelyn another piece of card because she's cut her bit in half. Just behind me here.
I thought I'd also stuck it on the wrong side of the yellow.
No, you're alright.
Okay.
But I didn't. I wasn't that silly.
Okay.
Right, so this one's at...
So that's this first one.
That's very pretty.
And then I score at 9.5.
No, 10.5. Turn it around. Score with the pale grey one, don't cut. She knows. She
It's
knows.
because I thought that that one was up here and not down here.
Okay.
It's because you're poorly.
Yeah. I'm tired.
So that's the first one done. The second one, you're going to need to make little squares. Again, I've used the patterned papers, either a bit of leftovers of that sheet that we've just used. You can cut individual flowers, blooms out, or you can use one of the sheets that's slightly busier. Maybe, for example, this sheet is quite busy, so you've got little busy blooms that you could cut out of that one. Or what else have we got here? I'm just flipping through Evelyn's bits of paper here. This sheet makes lovely little individual squares that you can cut out.
What squares are we cutting?
So you're going to be cutting. So you've got your yellow saffron base to fold over again, and then have you got? I don't know if I gave everybody an embossed piece or whether I left it for you. Yes, so you've got an embossed piece to put on your front flat down. And then I will measure the squares for you so that you can then cut them out.
Squares.
No, they're not punched. I die cut mine. Some of them I die cut, but not all of them. But you can just cut them plain, or you can use die cut squares if you want to.
Why have I done that?
So you've got two background die cuts. Do you remember I said to you, don't throw away any scraps? Your scraps are for this purpose. So your squares measure 3.7 centimetres times 3.7 centimetres for the outside blue ones, and 4.7 centimetres by 4.7 centimetres. So I don't think you've got blue cardstock, but you've got, so Evelyn's making hers out of the Calypso Coral, for example. All the colours blend together, so it really doesn't matter what colour your background squares are. And then your inside squares are 3, so that's card, and then paper is 3 by 3 centimetres and 4 by 4 centimetres. And if I do that in inches for you, they are 1.5 inches, so card this way, 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches. And the big one, the big square is 1 7/8 of an inch by 1 7/8 of an inch. And the paper is 1 1/8 of an inch by 1 1/8 of an inch. And the large one is 1.5 by 1.5 inches. Okay, so that's your card measurements. So you want 2 smaller ones and 1 bigger, and that's the card that you're.
Are we cutting it out?
So you can cut it out of your scraps, not the green piece. No, the strips, the scrap strips that you cut off the edges. Yeah. And this is, so your squares are layered, matted, flat, and then they're put on the embossed background with 3D pads. So you've got a little bit of dimension to lift the squares off of the embossed background, but the embossed background is just put down flat.
Side of that?
Doesn't matter. There's no. That's a good point actually. There's no right side to the embossed piece. It's meant to look like a kind of freshly plastered wall, I think. And there's no right or wrong size to it. So when you're cutting your patterned pieces to go inside the squares, you just need to make sure that obviously your feature, whatever it is you've decided is going to be your feature, whether it's a bloom or a leaf or whatever it is obviously in the centre of your square as you're cutting it. So there we go. So Evelyn's done her. This is a small one, isn't it?
Big one.
This is the big one. Okay. So she's got a piece of the Calypso Coral patterned paper, which was scrap from the album, the little mini album, and then a lovely piece of patterned paper with that bloom cut to be in the middle of the pattern, and that'll be glued together. And again, when you're layering things up and matting them, often it's quite good, unless you're very good at eyeballing where you need to get it so that you've got an even border. If you use wet glue, you've got the opportunity to slide it and move it around a little bit so that it, if you haven't got it exactly central to begin with, it doesn't matter because you've got that opportunity to move things around a little bit. Do you want me to stick these up in while you're doing that?
Tape.
There we go. Let's stick a bit of wet glue around the edges. And then also, if you put the wet glue closer to the centre than the edges, then as you kind of move it around, it will squidge out to the edges.
You got the tape there, Evelyn, or not?
I won't say it's a mess on the other side of the table, but there is a crafter math going on already over there, and they've now lost the
No, we haven't.
tape.
Grandma was just being a bit blind.
Oh right, Grandma was being a bit blind apparently.
Too true.
Grandma having a dementia moment, was
Yeah,
she? Okay.
definitely.
Right, there we go. So that's a bigger one. There we go. This is a smaller one. Oop. Sometimes you slide them so that they slide right off the paper, which is really not helpful. Right off the card when you're busy sliding it around. Here we go. So that's the middle one. That's one of the little ones. And I've got another little one. So you'll have one central larger square and the two smaller ones either side. Okay?
Yeah, I've done it.
And then you're just layering all of that up onto the card front. And if you want to stamp an image directly onto the embossed paper, the white paper, that card, then obviously you can, but
There we go.
you need to stamp it really firmly so that you kind of make account for the fact that obviously the surface is uneven. Let's give Evelyn
I
those.
forgot I had to cut down my things. So I'm going for a full.
Yeah, you might when you stick your embossed image on, you might need to trim the edges down just so that you can still see a little bit of the So Saffron card behind. You might not, but you might. Depends how you've cut your outer pieces, really.
Like that.
That's not going to fit, Evelyn. Put your other small one on first. Put your other small, and then you can put that one on top after. Evelyn's doing hers in diamond shape instead, which does mean it comes off the edges a little bit if you try and do it in sequence. So if you're going to do them as diamonds instead of squares, which is a really good idea, then do the two outside ones first and then layer the middle one up on top afterwards. It's very similar to the diamond card that we did at Christmas, the diamond fold, which was really lovely. That's it, and then
You've
stick
got
that
to
one on
use
top.
this bit, haven't you, this colour, because
Or
isn't big enough for the mice.
yeah.
So I'll do that.
What's that? That's lovely. I'll show you. Evelyn's done hers as diamonds instead of squares, look, in a row. It's different. Really nice. Really nice. Okay. Okay, so let's have another raffle prize while people are finishing that one off.
I'm right behind.
Okay.
4.7 and 5.7 is the big one, isn't it?
Measure it in inches instead if you've got both to choose from, I would say. Much easier. So next raffle prize, 431. Who's number 431? And if it's you, tell me what you'd like as well. We've got the Farmyard Papers, the Adorable Owls, or In the Country stamp set. So if that is your raffle ticket, tell me what you would like.
What was the inch?
Sorry, the inches measurements. So you want 2 smaller pieces that are 1.5 inches square, and 1 larger piece that is 1 7/8 of an inch square. Anybody got number 431? Oh my goodness! All these prizes are not going to going to people that aren't here. It's no good, is it? No good at all. Nobody want to claim 431. I'll stick that one to my camera stand as well then. And when you've done this card with the squares on, give me some thumbs up so that I know not to move on until everybody's done them. Oh, goodness, loads of thumbs up already. My goodness me.
No.
Brilliant. Okay. Just hang on a few more minutes. If you want to get ahead with the next ones, then you need to do some fussy cutting. So, says Evelyn, I can hear Amber's not even on the call and I can hear her moaning from here. So you've got a sheet that looks like this, where all the leaves and the blossoms and the seed heads are all very well spaced out. Now, for those of you two in my room, there is good news for you, because the dies cut these out.
Oh, there you go. You don't have to.
So if you want to get the die cutting machine up, then you can cut these out using the dies. So I will show you. Let's move that card out of the way a minute.
And you could do
those to
mine
it.
for me as well, couldn't you?
So if you were cutting out, for example, as you will need to, the leaves and stem here, you've got a die that does that, look. There we go. And if you wanted to cut out the seed heads, you've got a die that will do that, look, too. And if you wanted to cut out, let me see, this lovely kind of sideways look on one of the flower heads, and you've got one that will do that. There we go. As I said before, you've got 2 dies that cut out these lovely little tiny blooms. You've got one that will cut out the leaves on their own, and you've got one that will cut out the rose. It does, I just need to work out which way round it goes. That way, I think. There we go. No, keep moving. One of these, that way round. There we go. And no, that doesn't fit. There. It definitely does, trust me, it does. You just need to fiddle around with it to get it in the right position to cut it out, but it definitely does cut out the rose. There it goes. And you've got one that cuts out this one as well. There we go. Round, round, round. There it is. This flower too. So you've got loads of little looms and things that you can cut out using the dies. But if you don't have the dies, then you'll need to hand fussy cut out some flowers and blooms for these. I would use the big die cutting if I were you, because they'll stay flatter and stable then. Okay, so we're looking at these two cards next that you're using your blooms, you're cutting your blooms out for. So if you're fussy cutting, you've got a flower head and the leaves that's attached to the stem, and you've got a variety of different blooms of your choice and leaves, and I've also put in the seed heads as well, so that you're going to layer those up on top of some backgrounds basically. Okay. So while you're doing some fussy cutting, let's have one more raffle prize, shall we? As well. Might as well have the final one while everyone's busy fussy cutting. Let's put that one back in. We'll have this one that's twisted around. So the final raffle prize for tonight is 435.
Oh, that's me, I think.
Oh! It's in the room, is it? Hang on.
Yeah, it is.
In the Craftermath, they've lost the raffle ticket.
It is, it's under your snail.
Oh, yeah.
Oh! It's Mum's 435. Look! Ta-da! It matches, right. Mum, what would you like? You've got In the Country, Adorable Owls, or the Farmyard Papers.
I rather like the Adorable Owls.
Adorable Owls. So Mum's having that one, Adorable Owls. So that one's gone, but we've still got the In the Country stamp set, and we've got the Farmyard Papers. For those of you who are watching on replay, we've got 2 raffle prizes left, and I will show you them again. So we've got the In the Country stamp set to choose from, and the Farmyard Papers. So if you're watching on replay, I'm just going to stick these randomly on here, but if you specifically want one or the other, if you let me know before I've posted them, which won't be till next week now, then I can swap the numbers over. Okay? Fabulous.
This is the rose one.
Yeah, the orange rose. Just twist it round until you get it right. Just cut a couple of things at a time, and then it won't move on the die cutting machine. It's the easiest way. Okay, so the other bits that you'll need if you're fussy cutting will be your 2 dark green bases. Now mine, I know mine is the other way round to yours. I've got a light green base, which is Granny Apple Green, with a dark green layer on top, but you've got it the other way round. So you've got a dark green base like this, you cut 2 of them right at the very beginning, and you've got a light green layer to go on top. And then you need to cut a white layer to go underneath that, and put your trellis, die cut trellis, over the top, and just cut the edges of the trellis off so that it just sits on top of the white layer there. Okay. If you were doing this with this die set at home, you could obviously cut your trellis on the double-sided sticky paper, so that it would be really, you could just peel the backing off then and stick it on. But I had so many of these to cut that I didn't do that, I'm afraid. So you will have to stick little blobs of glue behind the trellis to stick it in place. And then you can layer your flowers on top of that one. So that's that one. And I will let me measure the white layer for you for that one as well, so you know. So the white layer is 8 centimetres by 12.5 centimetres. I'll write that one down. So white layer is 8 centimetres by 12. Did I say 12.5? Yeah, 12.5 centimetres. Or it is, if you're in inches, it's 3¼ inches by 5 inches. So that's the white layer for that one. And the white layer for this one is it is my normal kind of standard first layer, so it's 14, let's do white layer here.
What's it done?
It's 14.3 centimetres by 9.9 centimetres.
Stick this down.
Or it's 5 and 6/8 of an inch by
What have I got to do? Cut out some
3 7/8 of an inch. And then you've got the patterned paper layer, which again is just slightly smaller, so it's in centimetres, it's 9.2 by 13.6 centimetres, or it's 5 3/8 of an inch by 3 5/8 of an inch. So that's your, let me just shove that up a bit so you can got a better view of that. So that's this one, and that's that one.
How many do you need?
So you've got, okay. So these are 3 layers just flat down onto the card. Oh, Amber's just woken up. Hi, Amber, and was wondering what the raffle numbers were. The raffle numbers are of the ones that haven't been claimed: 438 or 431. If you've got either of those, tell me, and then I'll tell you what the choices of the prizes are, because I've stuck the prizes, the numbers on randomly at the moment. So if you've got 438 or 431, you are a winner. Hope you're feeling a bit better. I know you're feeling rubbish earlier. Yeah, so you've got the measurements here for the white layer of this card, and your green layer is already cut, I think. No, neither of them. No raffle prizes for you tonight then, I'm sorry about that. And then you've got the layers here of the white layer and the patterned paper for this one with the flowers. And then your flowers are a mixture of straight flat down onto the card or 3D layering. Your choice really, how you do them. I'll just show you a bit up close the patterned paper that I used for the background of this one as well. So I don't know if you can see that, if the camera's picking that up, but it's the dark green. So let's see what's on the other side. So it's got this on the other side, and then the dark green little flower, little leaves and stems on the back. So it's this on the front and the dark green stems on the back, and that's what I've used for the layer. Okay. There we go. So that one goes there. So you can see which is which. So if you're done cutting your flowers, choose whichever one you're going to start with and you're layering it up. So you're folding your card bases and sticking a green layer, the granny apple green layer on this one, on the lattice card, and a white layer on the other card.
blue.
And then a white layer with the lattice on top on the single stem card, and the patterned paper layer on the white matte layer card. So it's 3 1/4. No, that's the white layer. That green should be cut to size, I think. Already. Is it not? Quite. Let's have a look at
It's the same size as the.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Not that one.
So you just need to take a bit off of that granny apple green layer then.
What size is it?
Bye, Amber. Bye. This layer is 14.3 centimetres by 9.9. Is the green layer. So.
There you go. That's all you need, isn't it? 2 flowers,
Yeah,
green
just
and the blue.
some flowers, some leaves, and a seed head is on the thanks a bunch card. Yeah, so once you've got your background layers on that are all nice and flat, your mats and your layers, then all you need to do is to arrange your flowers. And I've got, as I said before, I've got some flowers, like these big blooms are raised on 3D pads, and then I've poked the greenery and the seed head in behind it. This one, everything is raised on 3D pads, and then the sentiment banner is also raised up over the top of the stem. So if you have a look, you can see the stem pokes underneath, but actually everything is on 3D dimensionals to keep it raised. Okay. How is everybody doing out there? Are you keeping up, or are you happy with what you've got there? Are we doing okay? It's all gone very quiet in Craftland. I imagine you're all beavering away, fussy cutting or die cutting or sticking layers together. I'm hoping that's the case. I think if you look at the patterned papers as well, this sheet of patterns, you could also, if you really love fussy cutting, and I know there's some of you that really do love fussy cutting, then this layer as well, you could fussy cut this whole sheet and you'd have hundreds of blooms and seed heads and little seeds and berries and things. You'd get loads out of that one too. They're really, really pretty papers. Okay, right, while I'm just going to move these 2 cards out of the way a moment. While you're finishing those off, I just want to show you another bonus project that will be going live on YouTube later this evening, that you can use the remainder of your papers to make, and also you can add other bits and pieces from your own stash to make this up. So I've made this little gift bag, handbag gift bag, that you can, it fits all of your cards inside, and you can obviously put envelopes to go with them as well. You could add tags if you wanted to, but it fits them all inside without any problem at all. There's loads of room in there. Or you could stuff it with tissue paper and put a gift inside. Really easy to make. So I've made this one using the remainder of the patterned papers that I had from my original kit. But on the YouTube video that I've done, I've created it in these pretty papers as well, which is another free Celebration paper set. With a £45 order. These are the papers that we used in Coffee Club earlier on this month. So if you love those papers and you haven't yet placed your order for them, then do feel free, because this little bag is made out of the paper, so it's really pretty. It's a really easy, quick little bag to make. It looks incredibly technical, and it absolutely isn't at all. You've got a couple of score lines and some cutting. And you've got, you can cut those circles either out of dies or punches if you've got them, or you can just draw around a sellotape inside, to be truthful. It's really easy to centre them, cut the holes out. I show you all of that on the bonus video that you've got online. So it's on my YouTube channel. And I will also try and add a link over the weekend into the Facebook page as well, so that you can access the YouTube channel directly from the Facebook page. But if you go on the YouTube channel later on this evening, then it will be live on there with step-by-step instruction on how to make it. And obviously you can pause and rewind and do whatever you want with it then as well. So that's this month's bonus project, is this cute little handbag gift bag. Okay. So you've got that one too. Brilliant. Okay. Right, let me just turn the camera back around a minute. There we go. Hello. Okay. I hope everybody's doing okay out there. And I hope you've had a really enjoyable evening this evening. I'm sure you've still probably got bits of crafting to do, flowers to add, sentiments, bits of ribbon, whatever. That's absolutely fine. We will leave you to it and let you get on with it. And yeah, as I said before, we're going to Devon this weekend to the Manor House for a lovely crafty weekend. I know lots of you are coming with me, and that's fantastic. Really excited to hear all about that. Those of you that aren't coming but would like to another year, I'll be sending out details in the next couple of weeks. If you would like to join us next year, you would be more than welcome. That would be wonderful. And other than that, Marion, I'll see you at the service station tomorrow, and Sally, I'll see you here at 8:30 tomorrow morning. Other than that, we'll say bye-bye. Bye then, thanks for joining me.